AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Dallas Cowboys taking on Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. The 6'3" QB from Central Michigan leading him out there, and that's Cooper Rush.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
And when you measure numbers for the guys that carry the football, it's not just the yardage. How many times do they ring the bell? How many times they get into the end zone? And now that he has 15 for the year, everyone gets to celebrate, starting with his offensive line.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason. So now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
Play fake. Here's Rush. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs getting ready to go on offense for the first time, and it's Baker Mayfield leading him out in his 2nd season as a Buccaneer and his 7th overall.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at the 20. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Mayfield's throw taken in by Palmer. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. Mayfield now. Underneath, caught by Anderson, the tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A check on the numbers receiving for Anderson last week. 5 catches, 91 yards.
And the competition gets a little bit tougher here because he's got to go against the #1 ranked defense in the NFL against the pass, the latest incarnation of the no-fly zone.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. On second down, Irving. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers. 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Throwing, Mayfield. It's grabbed over the middle by White. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Chauncey Golston in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 4. They run again with Dowdle. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. The Cowboys at 11-3 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run here with Dowdle, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, rush. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched the playoff spot, but they know.
Mike Evans, he's going to go. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st. Mayfield looks to throw. That's completed right side to Palmer. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. A run up the middle with Irving. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 45-yard line. Now Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Mayfield with it once more. He gets it over the middle to Palmer. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to carry the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That is caught by Lamb. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a 1st down to open the drive.
And they'll work make it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 16 more on that one and another first down. Sure didn't take this offense long to get within striking distance of the end zone. 2 plays.
Feel the energy? You can just feel it, can't you? Because they are creating it on offense. The way they're running the football. Now they've swept into the red zone. Momentum all on their side.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. Rush. Now the pressure gets there and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Yaya Diaby, he's the one who got in there. He gets the sack. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Here's Rush to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Buccaneers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Following the interception, Mayfield. That's complete to Palmer. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. On the handoff, this is Irving. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Joe Burrow, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Patrick Mahomes, another strong performance as his guys claim victory number 13 on the year. And lastly, Monday Night Football has a good one lined up between the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers. In the game you're watching, it's been Baker Mayfield with a strong first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Here's a handoff to Irving. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Slant pass to Boyd. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. They'll run the draw with Irving. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Here's Mayfield. To Evans on the slant. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line. Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Anderson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. To throw, Mayfield. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. A first down throw for Mayfield. And this is caught by Evans. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. Mayfield to throw it. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons, his 2nd sack of the night.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Here's White. They set up the screen. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. The tackle made by Zion McCollum.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They go play action with Rush. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He's got his target. That's complete. Now inside the 25. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown. Brandon Cooks. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. That's taken in by Palmer. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. 1st down, here's White. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Back now in Arlington. Mayfield now on 2nd down. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is caught, and he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Back to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboy Cowboys sack. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. And a quick throw here that's complete. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
He'll look to throw. And it's caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans. His 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Buccaneers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. On the run, it's Dowdle. 68 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. A running play. It's Dowdle. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and that should be that. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut, and able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. A 10-play drive that time. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete.
Well, you have to expect in this situation that the defense is going to be playing the perimeter. They don't want any easy passes out there where someone can grab it and step out of bounds. So that was excellent work there to force the incompletion.
Now Mayfield. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game, and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Cowboys, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they fall under 500 now as they drop to 7-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry.